The wind howls my name, Ragnar. My name is spoken with reverence. My name is spoken with fear. I am Ragnar Lothbrok, Viking warrior, fearless raider, cunning king. My story is etched in the sagas passed down through generations. I lived a life of blood and glory. I raided and plundered, conquered and ruled. My name spread terror across England and France. But I was more than just a warrior. I was a leader who inspired fierce loyalty, a strategist who outwitted my enemies, a man of legend. This is my story. The icy winds of the north sculpted me, shaping me into a formidable warrior from a young age. Born in the land of fjords and forests, I am a true son of Scandinavia. The rugged terrain and the harsh climate were my playground, and I thrived in the wild beauty of my homeland. I learned the ways of the sea, the feel of the axe in my hand. The crashing waves and the salty air became as familiar to me as the breath in my lungs. Survival was harsh. Weakness meant death. The unforgiving winters tested the limits of every man, woman, and child. Only the strong could endure. But I was not weak. I faced the biting cold and the relentless storms with a fierce determination. I showed strength beyond my years. My muscles grew hard and strong from the constant labor, and my spirit was unbreakable. Courage burned in my eyes. I was fearless, ready to face any challenge that came my way. I craved adventure, thirsted for glory. The call of the unknown beckoned me, and I was eager to answer. The sagas whispered of riches across the sea. Tales of gold, silver, and precious gems filled my dreams. Lands ripe for the taking. Uncharted territories that promised wealth and fame awaited those brave enough to claim them. I would claim my share. I was determined to carve out my own legacy. My first raid was a baptism by fire. The chaos and the flames were a trial by combat, and I emerged victorious. A taste of blood and victory. The thrill of battle coursed through my veins, and I knew I was born for this. I fought like a man possessed, earning the respect of my fellow Vikings. This was my destiny. They saw in me a leader, a warrior who could guide them to glory, to raid, to conquer, to become a legend. My journey was just beginning, and the horizon held endless possibilities for the warrior born of the North. With each victory, my fame spread like wildfire. I was never content with merely following. Leadership was my destiny. My banner, a fearsome serpent, was designed to strike terror into the hearts of my enemies. They called it the Standard of the Serpent, a testament to my cunning and might. I targeted wealthy monasteries, their treasures whispered about in hushed tones. Lindisfarne was one such target, a holy island, unprepared for the fury I unleashed. The monks fought back, but they were lambs against a wolf. My raid on Lindisfarne shook England to its core. My name, Ragnar Lothbrok, became one whispered in fear. But with fear came respect. I was a man who could not be ignored, a force of nature unleashed. My exploits had spread far and wide. They reached the ears of King Aella of Northumbria. A proud king, he swore to stop me and my men. He wanted to make me pay for my audacity. Our paths collided on the battlefield. The clash was legendary. He underestimated me. I fought with the fury of a berserker, cutting through his men. Victory was within my grasp, but fate had other plans. I was captured, bound by Aella's men. Aella saw fear in my eyes, or so he thought. It was not fear. It was rage and a thirst for vengeance. Aella demanded a ransom. A king's ransom, he called it. I laughed. I would have my revenge. I swore it.
The vast expanse of the ocean was both a barrier and a bridge for the Vikings. It separated them from the lands they sought to conquer, yet it also connected them to new opportunities and untold riches.
Even in captivity, my legend grew. Tales of my bravery and cunning spread like wildfire among the Viking clans, inspiring both fear and admiration. My mind was never idle. Even in chains, my thoughts were consumed with plans of escape and revenge. I knew that my time would come, and I prepared for it meticulously. I plotted my escape, nurtured my hatred for Aella. With every passing day, my resolve grew stronger and my plans more detailed. I waited for the perfect moment to strike. I broke free from Aella's clutches, escaping back to my homeland. The taste of freedom was sweet, but it was only the beginning of my journey. My ambitions had grown. The shores of Scandinavia could no longer contain my dreams. I looked out across the sea, envisioning the lands that lay beyond. The lands across the sea, the riches they held, beckoned me. The promise of wealth and glory was irresistible. I knew that to achieve my dreams, I would need to gather a formidable force. I set my sights on a new target, Francia. The fertile lands and prosperous cities of Francia were a tantalizing prize. I envisioned myself as the conqueror of these lands, my name etched into history. I assembled a massive fleet, a testament to my growing power. Each ship was a symbol of my ambition, each warrior a testament to my leadership. The fleet was a force to be reckoned with. Warriors flocked to my banner. They were drawn by my charisma, my vision, and the promise of glory. Together, we formed an unstoppable force, united under my leadership. We sailed up the Seine, a serpent winding its way towards the heart of Francia. Paris trembled before us. The sight of our fleet struck fear into the hearts of the city's defenders. The city's defenses were strong, but they had never faced a force like ours. We would break them. The walls of Paris, once thought impregnable, would crumble before our might. The legend of Ragnar Lothbrok would grow even greater as I carved my name into the annals of history. Charles, the Frankish king, was unlike Aella. He was a formidable opponent. I knew he saw me as a threat. Our clash was inevitable. We laid siege to Paris, our attacks relentless. But Charles held firm. He sought to end my reign of terror, to crush me, the serpent in his grasp. But I was too cunning for him. I outmaneuvered Charles, escaping the siege with my forces intact. I left with a hefty prize gold, treasures, and the respect of the Frankish king himself. I returned to Kattegat a hero, a legend, but I was not the same man who had left. I carried the scars of battle, the weight of my actions. I found solace in my family. My sons, Bjorn Ironside, Ivar the Boneless, Ubbe, Vitsirk, and Sigurd Snake in the Eye were growing into warriors. I saw my own fire in them, my thirst for adventure. I would guide them, mold them into the leaders they were destined to be. My sons would inherit my legacy, my dreams of conquest. They would become legends in their own right. But even legends are not invincible. Fate, it seemed, had other plans for me. Time has worn on me, even though I was once mighty. My name, Ragnar, once struck fear into the hearts of my enemies, but now I feel the weight of the years. My raids have become less frequent. The longships that once sailed with relentless purpose now rest more often in the harbor. I spend more time in Kattegat, ruling my people. The responsibilities of leadership keep me anchored, my days filled with the mundane tasks of governance. But the whispers of adventure still call to me. The sea, with its endless horizon, beckons me to return to the life of a warrior. I yearn for one last challenge. The thrill of battle, the taste of victory, the glory that comes with conquest, these are the things that still stir my blood. I set my sights on England once more. The land that eluded me, the kingdom that resisted my might, has become my final ambition. I have a score to settle with the treacherous King Aella. The betrayal that once cost me dearly is a wound that has never healed, but the world has changed. My sons have grown. They are no longer the boys who looked up to me with wide-eyed admiration. They crave glory for themselves. My sons, each with their own ambitions, seek to carve out their own legacies, and my grip on power begins to slip. The once unchallenged leader now faces the reality of his own mortality. Enemies, both old and new, sense weakness. The scent of vulnerability draws them in, like wolves to a wounded prey. Among them, Aella, nursing his grudge. The rival king, who has never forgotten the humiliation I inflicted upon him, sees an opportunity. He sees a chance to finally destroy me. The plans he has nurtured in the shadows now begin to take shape. He will turn my sons against me. The seeds of betrayal are sown with whispers and lies, each one designed to fracture the bond between father and sons. Sow the seeds of discord. Aella's strategy is simple yet devastating. Divide and conquer. The once united family now stands on the brink of tearing itself apart. My final voyage to England felt doomed from the start. I knew Aella, bolstered by treachery, awaited me. My forces were outnumbered, outmatched. I fought with the ferocity of old, but the tide had turned. Betrayed by those I trusted, I was captured. Aella, consumed by vengeance, devised a cruel punishment. He would throw me into a pit of vipers, left to die a slow, agonizing death. As the vipers sank their fangs into me, I laughed, a sound that echoed across the moors. I would die as I lived, a Viking, a legend, my name forever etched in the sagas. News of my death spread like wildfire. My sons, consumed by grief and rage, swore revenge. They united under a single banner, a force the world had never seen. They vowed to avenge me. They would make Aella pay. The great heathen army, they called themselves. They descended upon England like a storm, leaving a trail of fire and blood in their wake. They fulfilled my dying wish. They avenged my death. But my legacy extends beyond vengeance. I was a symbol of an era, a time of Viking expansion, of exploration and conquest. I embodied the spirit of my people, their fearlessness, their ambition.
That's it, folks. That was the story of Ragnar Lothbrok. Man, myth, the legend. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell not to miss some other videos. Till next time.